built to serve.
Welcome back to the lineup. Marcus Smart. Did Boston take back control of the series in Game 2 last night? Jimbo versus Saban. These guys don't like each other. We're going to share Fisher's latest comments with you. And is Luka going to light it up tonight in Game 2? That is the question on a Friday morning. Welcome to First Things First, everyone, alongside Nick and Broussard and Wilds. I'm Jenna Wolf. Nick, give me Luka's line tonight for Game 2. What are we going to expect from Luka?
Oh, I don't want to be too precise. I don't want to box myself in, but I'll say 33 points, 13 rebounds because I think the Warriors are going to miss some shots, and 9 assists. 1 assist shy of a 30-point triple-double. 33, 13, and 9 is what we're looking at.
That is something from your lips to someone's ears. All right, we'll get to that. Got to start here. We got ourselves a series in the East. Let's go. Heat Celtics, Game 2. Boston needed a bounce-back game. You know, one of those truly dominant, get a lead, build it bigger kind of games, and they got it last night. Marcus Smart and Al Horford, both back in the lineup, both doing a hell of a job on Jimmy Butler. Smart, by the way, 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. Celtics were up by 25 at the break. They were up by 36 in the fourth quarter. They win. This series all tied up at a game apiece. Broussard, I'll start with you. What was your biggest takeaway from the Celtics Game 2 blowout win?
My takeaway, Jenna, is that it's over. That's right, it's over.
Oh.
All right? Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. It's over.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going full Kenny Smith.
Wow.
And this is not a prisoner of the moment take. All right, look, Miami may win another game. I actually predicted Boston in 6, but they're not winning this series. The Celtics are simply the better team. We can all see it, okay? They're better on paper. They start 4 high lottery picks. Miami starting 2 undrafted guards because Kyle Lowry's out, and a second-round pick in P.J. Tucker, who's turned himself into a nice player. But the talent at the top is Boston's way. They're better offensively. They're better defensively. They're better via the eye test. All right? This is going to be they have outplayed them for all but 12 minutes of the series. All but 12 minutes. And that is with Game 1 missing 2 of their starters and both games being played in Miami. Guys, this will be Boston's easiest series. And I know you're saying, well, they swept Brooklyn. Yes, but you know, all 4 of those games were close. Let me finish. All 4 of those games were close. A couple of them, 2, if not 3 of them, could have went either way. And you had the dangerous Kevin Durant and the dangerous Kyrie Irving there. Miami's got a dangerous Jimmy Butler, but that's about it. Tyler Hero's their second scorer, and he's going to get torched on defense. And Milwaukee obviously was a tough series for Boston. Brooklyn could have beat Boston. Milwaukee could have beat Boston. Miami can't beat Boston. Only Boston can beat itself in this series. Wow. And if they don't do that, as long as Boston doesn't get the big head, like they're listening to me, don't get the big head, even though I'm saying it's over. No. As long as they stay sober-minded and keep working hard and doing what they've done throughout these playoffs, which I'm sure to believe they will, then they will win this series, Nick. It's over.
Man.
Boom.
Okay, I have so much to say here. First of all, Brooklyn is like Bruce's high school sweetheart that still has like a special place in his heart. I'm not saying that's true for Bruce specifically, but it's like the first love that you can't get over. It's like that Nets series was the closest sweep in NBA history, and don't let anyone tell you any differently. Okay, here's the deal, and this is why I'm so disappointed in Chris Broussard. We're here to do, a sports television show, but we also have our roles on the show. So Jenna is the steady hand that keeps us all on track. Wilds is, you know what I mean, like the Cosmo Kramer character, the kind of goofy, wacky guy that occasionally says things like valedictorian and gives us all a chuckle, but is actually everyone's favorite. Everyone knows who I am. I'm the really smart jerk. And Brew, your role is wise elder, measured, not too high, not too low. You are the wise, much elder of the show. And for you to now come out and say...
That's too much is too much.
Now come out and say it's over after one game when the series is tied 1 apiece, that it's very simple, Wilds, to know what happened last night. Miami didn't play well. Lowry wasn't there. Boston played great. But here's just one number for you. Boston made 50% of their threes and made 20 threes.
Yeah.
In NBA playoff history, teams that make 23s and shooting at least 50% from three are 16-1. You're essentially unbeatable when you make that many threes and shoot that well from three. That was the story. It wasn't that Boston solved something. It was that they went 10 for 12 from three in the first 13 minutes of the game. That's what it was over immediately. So I said when I picked Miami in 7, it's to be a tough, long series, and there would be a game or two where Miami looks awful. There's one of them last night. Nobody thought Miami would dominate this series start to finish. Don't overreact to one incandescently hot shooting night from Boston where Miami wasn't even at full strength, because I believe Lowry will be back for Game 3. So I think Brew, a little out of character here. Take a deep breath, get back to being the measured, wise elder, and we can all play, you know what I mean? Stay in our requisite lanes. It's over. He's saying it's over.
I think your sports take was correct. I think me being the Kramer of the show is not it. It's more like, you're more of like the Brad Pitt, like the David Beckham of the show. Like, I like that more than like the Kramer of the show. Okay, in any event, I'm going to say it was a little bit more than a hot shooting night, or even though it obviously was. Because I have been polluted with Nick's propaganda campaign that Wilds has the kiss of death. And I am a little prone to tweeting a little fast and loose when a series starts to go one way or a lead starts to balloon. So I did it again last night. But I'm like, oh man, I gotta watch how this second half goes. What if the Heat come storming back? And like a true number 1 seed, here come the Heat. Until one thing happened. Marcus Smart dropped poor Max Strus, and the entire arena went, ooh, and that was it. That was literally what turned the game. And I think the Celtics here, if we can show the graph, oh, look at poor Max. If we can show what happened after that, Celtics were obviously on a big run, plus 29. Then here come the Heat, plus 12, flying out of the gates at halftime, just like they did in Game 1. And then Marcus Smart, great graphic there, just Marcus Smart, 234, just Marcus Smart's face, plus 2. And from that point on, the Celtics roll. Bigger picture, Broussard, I think the Celtics actually learned something from that Game 5 collapse when they were up and then Giannis stormed all the way back. They came back in Game 6, played well. They came back in Game 7, played well. And now they know that if they got the lead, they have to hold on to it. We've seen leads, balloon and disappear. We've also seen that the Heat are not the Suns. The Heat are not the Suns. When the Mavs were up big on the Suns in Game 7, the Suns basically rolled over and it got worse. The Heat are not that. That little bit of Heat culture, like we're going to come out, we're going to play hard. So the Celtics did need to keep playing. I think they realize and they respect their opponent. But they learned the error of their ways in the previous Bucks series. Keep on pushing. Don't take any lead for granted. So I'm with you. I'm not saying it's over all the way, but it's over. We're tangential to it's over. We're like Kenny Smith, we're at the it's part.
Look, if Nick's right and Kyle Lowry comes back for Game 3, that's a boost for the Heat. But how effective is he really going to be? I mean, obviously the hamstring is a
Hasn't played in a
problem.
while.
I think they'll be better with Kyle Lowry. That's what you're right. And he hadn't played. He missed 8 of the playoff games, I believe, if not more. So he'd obviously help him. That's what they brought him in for. But I don't think he's going to be able to be as effective as they need him to be. And there's a reason, Nick, they shot so well from 3. One, they're a good 3-point shooting team, but they're able to create the open looks because Tatum's going to be able to get into the paint and either try to score or kick it to an open shooter, draw the defenders and kick it. And now Smart, you saw that move from Smart. It's what I was talking about. That wasn't a Kyrie Irving move. That was a little feint between the legs, and Strus goes down. We are talking about a huge, look at that. Come on. Talent gap. And I have utmost respect for the Heat culture. And Eric Spoelstra has become a great coach, and obviously he recognizes that as top 15 of all time. And he is getting the most out of his club, but you guys saw it last night. Outside of Jimmy Butler, they have trouble scoring. And Tyler Hero can get hot, but he's going to give up stuff on the other end. So they were hoping they threw Duncan Robinson in, Nick, at the end of the game, and they were hoping he could get hot and maybe play for game 3. We'll see.
Marcus Smart, plus 31. No other starter better than plus 16. We got Steven Jackson in a little bit to talk about this. We got to head out west first, though. Is Luka going to take over tonight's game 2? We'll set that up next.